Today we are back with 3 very simple fully automatic farms that are perfect for trading with your villagers. These farms generate a ton of resources and are perfect for gaining a bunch of emeralds. So with that being said, let's take a look at farm number 1. Okay, let's start with the melon pumpkin farm. Here are the resources you're going to need, so let's build this. Let's start by breaking a 2-block wide hole in the ground and placing in our double chest. Break the 2 blocks behind, and then 6 blocks to each side. Behind the chest, we're going to place in 2 hoppers, and then to each side, we're going to run our hopper lines. Using our grass blocks, we're going to go over to one side, place a grass block on top of the hopper and then one behind it, and we're going to run this all the way down to the other end. Using a block of your choice, go ahead and break this block, and we're going to place in 2 here and here. I'm using polished andesite for this example. Place 2 upside down stairs just here, and if you want to detail it, we can go ahead and place a stair here, a stair here, and then go ahead and break these 2 blocks and put some stairs like so. Now we're going to go ahead, run our blocks all the way to the end here and do the same on the opposite side. And then from this side here, we're simply going to run them all the way around to the opposite side, leaving the corners so that we can add some pillars just for decoration. On the corners, we're going to place 4 blocks of your choice, just like so. Do the same on this corner, and then connect them across the top. To the side, we're going to place 2, and the same on this side here. Grab a stair of your choice, and we're going to come over to the left hand side. We're going to leave 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. We're going to break this one and put a stair down, and we're going to waterlog it with some water. And of course, we're going to come over here and do exactly the same, leaving a 4 block gap. Place down your stair and add your bucket of water. Now grab some normal pistons, and from the left hand side here, come 1 into the corner so we're just behind the grass, and we're going to place our pistons all the way across the top till we get to the other corner, making sure that we don't place one on this corner. What we're going to do is place one from above like so. Place either a sand or gravel block on top, just like this. Now to the side here, we just need a barrel, just like so, only one. I'm going to run barrels all the way across the back like this, just to keep the pattern looking the same. This is purely for aesthetics, so that when we're looking inside, we get a nice design all the way across. But you can place any blocks across all the rest of these. You only officially need 1 barrel on this corner. And make sure that you go ahead and you just place 1 item inside like so. Now, get a hoe and just go ahead and till the soil at the very front. Make sure you don't do it to the back one, just the one all the way across the front just here. Now, get your polished andesite or a block of your choice and place it next to the sand here, and we're going to run it all the way down to the end where the very last barrel is. On the side here, we're going to go ahead and just fill in this space here and extend this bit one across. On this side here, we're going to go ahead and just fill in this little gap here and leave this corner here, because this sand needs to be able to come up and then drop back down again. We're going to just place a temporary block there, place 1 here, break this, and I'm going to run my wood logs all the way down, connecting to the other side just to finish this. But this is all for aesthetics, so if you want to change any of these blocks, you can do so. Now I'm going to run some redstone all the way across the top here, right until we are in line with the sand. We want to place a block right here, which is the block below the sand, 1 up here, and then 1 just up here. We're going to place a comparator, a redstone torch here, and another one just here. Now this is using a design which was done by K1 Ink, which was a kind of bud switch here. Every time an item is placed in front of one of these, get pushed out. Now, like I said, this farm is suitable for either melons or pumpkins, so go ahead and plant them right across the front here. You can use one or the other, or a combination of the 2. It really doesn't matter. And then if you want, you can use a bit of bone meal just to help them grow a little bit faster for the beginning. Once you're done, be sure to fill in this gap with some glass blocks. This will stop any of the items from popping out. Now I've just turned up the game speed to show you the farm working. As you can see, the melons are being broken and they're being pushed onto the farmland. Because that farmland is 1 pixel smaller than the rest, it is treated like a slab. Therefore, the hoppers pick it up underneath and then you can find them in the chest. And there we go, you can see the farm working nicely. Now, if you wish to decorate the farm, you can add a few little details. I like to add some little pillars on each corner with a stair on top. We can also go ahead and add a stair at the side here just to finish off the little area in the center. And then add some lights in here. This just lights it up and stops anything from falling into the farm. And overall, I think it just gives it a really nice aesthetic. And there we go, that is the farm complete and working. As you can see, it's a very simple design, but works perfectly. So the second farm is a sugarcane farm, again with a very similar style for build. So for this one, here are the materials you're going to need. Let's build it. Let's start by breaking a hole for our double chest, facing the opposite way this time. We're going to break 1 block behind it and then 12 blocks to each side. Just like before, we're going to place a hopper into the back of the chest and run our hopper lines down the side. Using a grass block, we're going to head over to one side, place a block just behind the hoppers and then one on top of the hoppers, and we're going to run that all the way down the whole hopper line. Next, we're just going to add a little bit of detail around the chest, so break these 3 blocks here, these 3 here. We're going to place in some polished andesite blocks with a block just on the top here. Place an upside down stair here and a normal stair just here. And if you want, you can place a couple of stairs at each side, just for a little bit of detail. Now, we're going to run our blocks all the way to each corner. From the corner here, we're going to place 1, 2, 3, just like this, and we'll do the same on the opposite side. Now, using some stairs of your choice, we're going to go ahead and run them all the way across like this, making sure that this stair is facing away from the farm at the back, because we're going to put some water in these to waterlog the grass, so we want to make sure that it doesn't flow outwards. Once you're done, go ahead and fill each stair with a bucket of water. Now for detail, we're going to go to one side and we're going to go ahead and build a pillar up. This is going to be 5 blocks tall. And we're going to do the same on the opposite side. And then of course, just like before, we're going to bring it all the way across. At the back here, we're just going to place 2 blocks for now. And then down on this side, we're going to place another 2 blocks like so. Then we're going to go ahead, just bring a pillar up on this side for now. And we're going to bring a pillar all the way down from this side here until we join up at the very back here. Just leaving this corner piece here because we're going to have our piston again on the corner here. Now heading over to one side, we're going to go ahead and just grab a block of our choice and we're going to run it all the way across the bottom just like this. All the way from one corner to the other. In this gap here, I'm going to just go ahead and just close that off. And I'm going to do the same down at this end here. We're going to grab our pistons and we're going to place them all the way across the back here. And then come round on the corner and place one facing upwards. Place a sand block on top. And again, we're going to place a single barrel just here. And we're going to place 1 block inside it. For this one, you can place any blocks all the way down the whole side of your choice. But just to keep it looking nice from the inside, I'm going to go ahead and place barrels because I think it adds a nice pattern to the inside of the farm. Now, once you've done that, go ahead and till all the soil across the very front here. Now, we have to make sure we till the soil here. Even though we're not growing nothing on it, we need it to be tilled so that the items will flow through to the hoppers underneath. At this point, it's worth mentioning that you can go ahead and make use of water streams if you want to use less hoppers. I do find, however, that the hoppers work better underneath the farmland here. It seems to pick it up a lot better, so you get less wastage. But if you wish, you could dig out the farmland and go ahead and run water streams at each side to the center point. Now, once you got that done, let's go ahead and plant our sugarcane, running it all the way across the grass at the back. Once that's in place, just go ahead and fill up the front here with your glass blocks. Now that we got that all in place, let's go ahead and start on the redstone at the very back here. So starting over on this side here, let's just go ahead and break 1, 2, 3 blocks here. And we're going to go ahead and place a piston facing upwards with a sand block on top and one item in that end barrel, making sure it's the very end one. From here, we're going to go ahead and place a block to the side here, and we're going to run this all the way down to the opposite end. From this end here, we're going to place a block against the piston. We're going to add one diagonally up here and one diagonally up at this angle. Just like before, we're going to place a comparator, and then underneath, we're going to place a redstone torch and another one just here. We're going to run our redstone all the way across to the opposite end. And from this end, we're going to repeat the same thing we've done on the opposite side. Placing a block here, one up, and then one up at the back. Place a comparator, redstone torch, and a redstone torch. And again, for aesthetics, I'm going to go ahead and just on the inside here, I'm going to add some lighting. This is optional, of course. You can just fill it in with a block of your choice. Now, with the game speed sped up, you can see this farm is actually working really great. Most of the items are going straight underneath into the hoppers. There is the odd 1 or 2 pieces that do drop onto the grass, so you will get a very small amount that's lost. But it's much more worth having a farm like this than using hopper minecarts, because they will contribute heavily towards the lag. So I like to minimize my use of them and only use them when essential, which means that this farm is perfect. And overall, I have tested it and there is very minimal lag caused from it. So overall, I think this is a perfect farm and works really efficiently, perfectly for trading with your villagers. Now, this next farm is for a fully automatic wheat farm and it's very simple. Here are the resources you're going to need. Let's build this. Let's start by breaking 2 blocks and placing in a double chest. Then we're going to go behind the double chest and break 9 blocks. To each side, we're going to break 4. And then basically, we're just going to break it all the way down until we're in line with the front bit. Join it up, get rid of this little area here. And then repeat it on the opposite side. Run a hopper line behind the back of your chest all the way to the end of the gap. And then at each side, you just want to run a row of hopper lines into each hopper, making sure that they connect in a straight line. Once you're done, go ahead and cover the hoppers with grass blocks. From the front, we're going to add a few little details. Let's break 1, 2, 3 at each side. Place some blocks of your choice. Place a full block at each side here. Upside down stair just there, 1 at each side, and then a normal stair just inside there. Perfect. Now we're going to place some blocks to the corners on each side, and we're going to do the same thing all the way around, making sure we leave these corners so that we can add a little bit of decoration. Now, using a log or a block of your choice, go ahead and add 4 blocks on the corners. And then join them across the tops. Now from the center point here, we're going to jump up. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 on that 5th block. That should be our center block of the farm. We're going to break it and place in a bucket of water with a slab like so. Place a composter and then a light source of your choice, and on top of that, any block will do. Now we're going to go ahead and just till all of the soil here. And we're going to go ahead and just plant all of our wheat. Once you're done, go ahead and fill your sides in with glass, but be sure to leave one gap in the center so that you can get a villager in without having to climb over the top. Finally, head inside your farm, and just where you've got your light source here on the top half of the block, you want to place a trapdoor. Then you want to crouch, place a trapdoor on the side, one against the block again here, and just bring it all the way around like so. Making sure that you get these corners, because the idea is we don't want the villager to get to the actual composter. So go ahead and run this all the way around. And then finally, all you need to do is coax your villager inside and then seal off your gap. Now to finish off the farm and complete the details, what I like to do is go ahead and place some little logs on the corners like so, with a little stair facing inwards. I usually do this all the way around the farm, unless of course you're building it into a hole in the mountain, so some of these sides won't show, but this does make the farm look rather nice. Now once you're done, make sure that you go ahead and you cover the top here. I like to go ahead and just cover it with some planks, but what I like to do is add a ring around first like this, all the way around the edge. And then in the corners, go ahead and place a light source. And then just go ahead and fill in the rest of the farm. The light source is not essential because mobs don't really spawn below light level 1 now, so the one light in the center should be fine, but I like to do it for the aesthetics and just to give it a little bit more lightness inside the farm. Now it does take a little while for this farm to start working because the villager will need to fill up his inventory with seeds and stuff, but before you know it, you will have a bunch of seeds and wheat all inside the chest here, so you may want to up your storage. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.